Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber out there that shows full games of all the tips and schemes that he posts on his channel. I show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want to go ahead and break down the 34 defense for you. In particular, probably about like 5 different blitzes that you can utilize, or actually 6 different blitzes that you can utilize in your scheme. I'm going to be taking a look at the 34 odd. Another play we're going to be taking a look at is going to be the 34 under. And then we're going to come back to the nickel 245 with kind of a different setup from what I've seen before with some of the standard blitzes that a lot of the pro players and tournament players are using. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first blitz we're going to use, and this actually is a really good blitz. It's a very easy concept that you can use against your opponent, and it's going to be the free safety slant 3. What I like about this particular blitz is that it brings another defender down in the box to go ahead and defend against the run. It gets very easy pressure off the edge, and it's going to force your opponent to block 6. It's a good blitz that I would recommend having in your pocket. So what I mean by pocket blitz is that you come out in this particular blitz and then maybe go into just a standard cover 2 defense or into man coverage or stuff like that, and then if your opponent hurry ups or actually no huddles you, you actually have the blitz set up. Now the adjustments of this blitz is very simple. I'm going to put the adjustments down in the description of this video for all the blitzes I'm going to show you, but I want to just break this down. I'm going to do this against the computer, and the reason I'm doing this against the computer is because the computer is going to hike the ball in a matter of seconds. So I want to show you that I can get pressure with this particular play without any kind of like complex adjustments, which aren't realistic. Sometimes I see people posting things on YouTube where you've got 4,000 adjustments in an online ranked game. That's not going to happen. So to actually go ahead and set this blitz up, first and foremost, you're going to base line if it's necessary, and then you're going to shift your defensive line middle or actually pinch them, and then you're going to take your defensive line and you're going to slant them off to the left. And then what you can do is you can do a cloud flat by actually hitting the Y or the triangle button and shading up, shading down, and then shading up on the controller. And then if you have time, go ahead and pass commit. But you're going to get pressure from the free safety coming down in the blitzing position. He's going to go ahead and just have a free lane towards the quarterback unless he blocks 6. Pinch, slant off to the left, cloud flat, pass commit. This is going to be the look that you're going to have, and then basically you're going to get the pressure off the edge. Alright, so as you can see, the defender's actually going to come down, and there's a slight delay where you can come down. You can manually go ahead and bring him down if you want to, but what happens is this side of the line is going to be overwhelmed, leaving this right tackle to actually pick him up. Now, this blitz will get picked up if he blocks 6. The running back will go ahead and take out this blitzer. But this is like I stated before, this is a good blitz to have in a pocket formation. Now, another thing that you could do, opposed to just leaving a blitz stock, is you can go ahead and run the same play, but you're going to go ahead and take this free safety that's down on the line, and you can man him up. You can man him up across the field to the tight end, or you can man him up on the slot receiver, just essentially giving away taking away one of your opponent's reads. So if you've got a very versatile free safety, real good man coverage, this actually would be a good blitz to jump into. But it's very easy to set up. It's global setups, and you can get basically easy pressure with it. Alright, so in the 34 under, we're going to take a look at another blitz that actually was totally spam last year in 2016. The Mike Scrape 3 press. This is a blitz that was just completely overused in the game. And what's great about the Mike Scrape it is that it's a very easy blitz to set up. Basically, you base a line, you pinch your defensive line, you crash your defensive line down or slant them inside, and then if you have time, you go ahead and set up cloud flats. If you can fake bluff blitz your linebacker in a yell, that's going to help with the blitz, but you're going to get nice little bead gap pressure by the looping linebacker. So if you got a fast inside linebacker too, you actually will be able to get some pretty good pressure for you. Pinch, crash down, bluff blitz, slide this guy out, and then you're going to get that B-gap pressure right there where the guy just comes screaming off the edge. Once again, I set this up against the computer so you know that you can get this play off fairly quick. This is an under center blitz. And what's going to happen is these offensive linemen right here are going to be preoccupied by these guys, leaving this guy right here getting a free release into the quarterback. So if you got a fast, athletic inside linebacker, either one or two, these guys are going to really make a huge play for you and get that pressure. It's not a blitz I'm going to run a lot, but it's a pocket blitz. So what I mean by pocket blitz is that you call the blitz, maybe switch into a cover 3 or cover 2. Cover 2 is ideal. It's a lot of people have a hard time effectiveness against that, and then you can keep, once you have the blitz set up, you can essentially go ahead and keep attacking your opponent with it. So let's go ahead and show you another blitz where we can attack our opponent on the other side, which is going to be the 34 odd wheel buck 3. So alignment's just going to be a little bit different, but it's just as fast to set up, and there's one minor adjustment to actually make it a little bit faster. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to hit him with a wheel buck press 3, and the adjustments are essentially the same. We're going to go ahead and base a line. We're going to basically pinch our defensive line. We're going to slant our defensive line left this time. We're going to slant them left, and then we're going to move our blitzing linebacker. If you see the inside blitzing linebacker in that little looping assignment, we're just going to move him over one step so we can get a straight line. And if we can, we have enough time, we're going to cloud flat. And you cloud flat by actually hitting your Y or triangle button, hitting down on the right stick, hitting a Y or triangle button, and hitting up again on the Y stick. And that's just going to give you just better coverage on the outside to take away those circle routes or routes that actually get some depth. That's going to be the adjustment right there, and you should get the pressure right off the edge. So that's exactly what I was looking for right there. So you can see right here, actually in this situation, he's blocking. It looks like he's got a blocking of 6, but it is play action going away from the blitz. So this is the guy that's going to get the pressure because of the angles of the blocks, he's going to get a free release, and there's no way that tackle is going to be able to go ahead and get to the inside line, that inside linebacker. You just can't get out there, especially with his footwork. So that's why it's a very effective blitz out of this the 34 odd. Wheel buck. It's just a very, very easy, effective blitz. You've got that pressure on the inside. So if you got good, fast, athletic linebackers, speed linebackers, you can get that pressure off the edge. So that's what I do like about it. So this essentially is 3 different blitzes out of the 34 under, 34 odd that you can go ahead and attack your opponent with. You've got the edge pressure with the free safety. You've also got 2 inside B gaps that you can attack your opponent on either side of the play, just so that they start having a tendency to start defending against something you can hit them with. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump into the nickel 2-4-5. This is not a defense I run a lot, but I've had success with it when it was just a straight flat nickel normal. With the 2-4-5, you can just have a little bit of adjustments. I saw some people posting some stuff. I saw some YouTubers posting a different setup with this, so I want to show this to you so you guys can see how these blitzes work. All right, so right now the nickel 2-4-5, the nickel normal is really good because you can go ahead and shift your linebackers to establish like a dual edge pressure look, but you can't do that with the 2-4-5 because you actually have 4 linebackers and 2 defensive tackles. But there is a very fast and easy way to go ahead and set up pressure against your opponent. Now we're going to take a look at the buck slant 3 because the pressure is a lot more extreme with buck slant 3, and then also the most popular type of coverage out there, which is going to be the nickel blitz 2. This is a very, very easy setup. Once again, I'm very big on easy setups. So basically what you do, you're going to take your defensive line, which is going to be the 2 defensive tackles on the inside, and you're going to pinch them. And then you're going to crash the defensive line out or slant them to outside. Then you're going to use your middle linebacker and actually put them right over the center and hold your right trigger over the center, and that's going to allow the center is going to get engaged with you, and that's going to allow the nickel pressure to come off the edge. Now optionally what you can do is the right of screen linebacker and right of screen defensive tackle, you can put those guys in zones, but I want to show you how to set the blitz up, and then you can play around the coverages if you have enough time to do that. So what's good about this is this setup is identical for the buck slant 2 as the buck slant 3, and if you give the same look with another blitz, which is going to be the corner blitz, you're going to essentially give your opponent the same look, but now you're going to start hitting from pressure from different areas. So once I show you this one, I can show you how the buck slant 3 works the same way. Going to pinch and crash out, get your center, And you can see right there, the pressure just comes off the edge, and my opponent really doesn't have any time to do anything about it. So what's good about this blitz is that you still got that cover 2 shell. So you know that anything on the outside is going to defend, any deep balls are going to get defend. Really your goal primarily is to go ahead and try to preoccupy the center and then start looking for slants over the middle or drag routes over the middle. Then you can start using those plays away. Other adjustments too is that you can take this guy, you can cross-man him across the field if you want to. You can also take this guy and maybe put him in a yellow zone or a purple zone just so he takes away maybe a read that's going to go into the flat or stuff like that. Really easy adjustments and stuff like that, but you still, if he doesn't block a 6-person, this nickel blitzer, just because you preoccupied the center for just a split second, is going to go ahead and get the pressure off the edge. And if you got a fast corner, he's going to go ahead and get pressure. Now, another way you can run this blitz, or another way it's essentially the same setup, is the buck slant 3. And the pressure actually is a little bit faster, but there's more of a tell. You don't have the flexibility of picking different, you know, the ability to pick different defenders if you want to keep your coverages intact. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. You can see the pressure on the buck slant. So basically we're forced to go ahead and take one of the defenders. The only good thing about it is that if you have an opponent that likes to lob balls up, you're going to have a cover 3 shell up top. You also have got basically a guy over the middle. So if you sprinkle in between the nickel blitz 2 and then you go ahead and do the buck slant 3, these are definitely good blitzes that you can go ahead and use in a passing situation where he's got to get the ball off and get some good yards. Pitch and crash out, hover over the center, and there's that pressure. It just works so fast. So this blitz, the buck slant 3, it works a lot faster. The pressure is a lot cleaner than the nickel, but the only difference though is that you're going to have more holes on your team with some of your coverages. You do have a seam defender and stuff like that. So cover 2, a lot of people struggle with cover 2, and that's one of the reasons why you want to have a cover 2 version of it. But now you're going to start forcing your opponent to go ahead and just try to take away this corner blitz, and it's going to be very difficult. He's going to start rolling off to the right, and that's when you want to go ahead and jump into the next blitz, which is going to be a corner blitz. And I've had success with it, but you have to use it in a timely fashion. You got to go ahead and show your opponent the same look, and this is when you're going to catch him off guard. Alright, so when you hit him with the buck slant 3, that's going to be some very fast heat, and so was the nickel blitz 2. So you have to have a good complement off to the right hand side, and that's going to be the corner blitz right here, the corner blitz 3. And that's what's good about this particular play is that you're going to get pressure off the right side, but you're still going to give your opponent the same look, and it's going to throw off his reads. Pinch and slant out. And then basically you're going to go ahead and preoccupy that safety right there. And this is what's going to throw your opponent off. So basically same look once again against your opponent. He's going to be expecting the pressure coming off the left side. So most people start cheating. They're going to start rolling their quarterback off to the right side. But your pressure is going to be coming from this corner right here. And then you actually got a defender actually floating into coverage. He's got outside coverage falling right here. So that's the good thing about this particular blitz is that he's going to be used to the pressure coming off the left side. He'll probably not see it coming off the right. And if you got a good athletic corner on the #1 position, you're going to get either a stop or something like that and really throw your opponent off. So that's what I do like about these plays. I just think that having some kind of a scheme where you can attack your opponent from the right side to the left side is just very, very confusing. And you have to have very fast and easy setups. You throw in cross matching against your opponent or cross man coverage and stuff like that, especially with the 2-4-5 nickel, is that you've got basically linebackers on the edge. You can use those guys to go ahead and man up people across the middle and just put a lot of coverage out there to really start making them think, and then you have basically pressure that you can attack them with at any time you have those blitzes in your pocket. So basically these are going to be some of the blitzes I'm going to be utilizing my scheme. If you haven't seen my big dime 146 yet, I've got about 3 different blitzes I've had pretty good success online with. just the trick to any success with the defensive ebooks is just not spamming those plays, making sure you don't use them too much, because any good Madden player, actually average Madden players, are going to figure out the holes in the defense and go ahead and abuse you with that. So to my subscribers, I hope you guys like this. If you guys are looking for more defensive tips or different formations, let me know. I'll do my research and see if I can find different setups to go ahead and take your game to the next level. So once again, to my subscribers, thank you for your support, and until next time. It's going to be the big dime 1-4-6, and what I like about this particular formation is that you have a feature where you pinch your linebackers and basically they pull them down in the gaps. Now I'm going to show you basically 3 different plays. The DB Sting 2 Buzz, that's a very aggressive blitz and is only good. It's probably a time you want to save this blitz when you really want to go ahead and get your pressure, especially if your opponent starts blocking a running back. The other blitz we're going to take a look at is going to be the Strong Eagle Slant 3. Very easy setup, and it's a nice complement to the other blitz that we're going to show you, which is going to be the OKIE Eagle 3, which is a very easy setup. So let's go ahead and show you how to get pressure off the right hand side with the OKIE Eagle 3. This is a very easy setup. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to pinch your linebackers, you're going to QB contain, you're going to pass commit, and then you're going to use your defensive tackle, and you can put them in a QB contain too, just so you have you float over the middle. But you want to go ahead. It's a very simple and easy blitz to set up. I'm going to do this against the computer against long passes, and you can see that I'll be able to set this blitz up in a nick of time and still have effective pressure and make the quarterback scramble and try to stop it. So let's go ahead and do the OKIE Eagle 3 blitz. We're going to pinch your linebackers, QB contain, and then we're going to go ahead and pass commit. This is what the blitz should look like, and you're going to get that edge pressure right off the edge like that. All right, so with the OKIE Eagle 3 blitz, basically we're going to be using the center of the field right there with our defensive end, and what happens is you're going to get pressure off the right hand side. If you've got an opponent, look, you can see right here another blocker comes up here. He's blocking 7 on the play the play action, but usually if you have another blocker off the right hand side, it's going to get picked up on. But for the most part, it's going to force your opponent to block a running back. As you can see, that this edge blister just comes in free off the edge. And if you pass commit, you're going to go ahead and get an easy sack against your opponent. And what's great about this particular blitz is that you have different types of coverages. You've got obviously a flat defender right here playing a hard flat, and in the back side of it, you've also got a flat where you got a seam the curl flats, and a cover 3 shell, so you're not necessarily going to get popped up top with that. And then you have a yellow zone that's going to be playing right over the middle right here, just taking what kind of reads. And as you can see right here, my defensive tackle, I'm actually going to be pulling him out and trying to take the middle of the field. So there's basically good coverage. There is 7 defenders in coverage, and you're sending 4 guys, and you're getting a phenomenal blitz off the edge, and it's going to force him to go ahead and block his running back. So it's a very easy blitz to set up. That pressure comes flying off the edge, and your opponent's going to have a hard time stopping it. As you can see right here, once again, very easy. Pressure just comes off the edge. Now that's great. You got pressure going off the right side, but what you need to do is you need to complement with pressure off the left side, and that's where the Strong Eagle Slant 3 comes in. Same kind of a look against your opponent, but now the pressure is coming off the left side. So let's go ahead and jump into that blitz. So it's going to be the Strong Eagle Slant 3, and we're going to do this against random deep passes. And as you can see, the pressure just comes off the edge. It's very easy to set up. We're going to pinch our line, and we're going to QB contain. And all you can do is you're going to use this guy right here. And I like to do a bluff blitz because then it gets a guy off the edge. And this is going to force your opponent to go ahead and take those checkdowns. We're going to pinch our linebackers, slant our defensive line out, and QB contain and bluff blitz. And this is essentially what the blitz is going to look like. You're going to get that pressure off the edge every time with it. All right, so once again, basically what the setup is with this is you're going to pinch your linebackers, you're going to slant your defensive line out, and then you're going to go ahead and QB contain and bluff blitz this right of screen linebacker, this guy right here, and you're going to use this guy and pass commit. And if he doesn't block his running back, especially if he doesn't have a running back on the left-hand side, you're going to get a free release just because these offensive linemen are preoccupied right here. And you got 2 offensive linemen are going to be on 1 defender because he thinks you are coming in over the middle too. So that's why you want to do the bluff blitz. It's going to engage that guard, and now you can go up into the field to go ahead and take away reads. But the pressure, especially if you got a 90 fast or 90 speed or faster cornerback, he's going to come off the edge and force your opponent to go ahead and do that. You're still, once again, giving your opponent essentially the same look as the other blitz, because he's used to seeing the blitz coming off of the right side. Now he's going to try to compensate, and now you get the blitz coming off the left side. Now the coverage actually has holes. There's holes in the seams. That's where you can get hit with a fast read. So you got to be very conscious of that. You could do underneath coverage if you want to, but I would just leave the coverage as is, especially to take away those corner routes. This guy actually follows the seam player right up the middle because he doesn't make an outbreak, and then you got a guy over the top. So there are holes in this defense, but once again, you're just trying to catch your opponent on a blitz off the left-hand side. Now let's go ahead and jump into the DB Sting 2 Buzz. This is a more aggressive blitz, but you're going to get dual pressure off of both sides, and it does take a little bit you have to be a little bit quicker to go ahead and set this one up, because to make the coverage more effective, you're going to have to yellow up your safeties so they fall down in buzz zones and take away any fast reads. So the next play we're going to take a look at is going to be DB Sting 2 Buzz, and this one is a very aggressive blitz. My recommendation is that if you do jump into this blitz, you want to be in a long down situation where he needs a route to develop, because the way this blitz is set up, it's very aggressive. You're going to be setting pressure, and there's going to be, over the middle is going to be wide open for your opponent to be able to attack. And basically the blitz setup is pretty much the same. It's going to be pinch linebackers. You're going to pass commit. You're going to blitz the opposite side linebacker. Generally, it's going to be on the right side. That's going to give you, or actually on the right side, is going to get you a dual edge gap, and you're going to user the leftist screen inside linebacker in a yellow. And then if you got time, you're going to take those defensive backs, the safeties, and put them in yellow zones, just so you can set up and make sure you have enough time for it. So this is what the blitz is going to look like, and as you can see, the pressure just comes screaming off the edge. So screaming pressure off the edge right here. Both sides are going to get it right here. This guy, I think, is a block and release, and you can see right here he's actually blocking 7 people, and you're still able to go ahead and get the pressure, be able to get it against your opponents, and that's where you want to go ahead and look for the underneath routes right there. So he threw the ball right to me. I tried to engage this guy. Where is the weakness of this defense? Well, the corners are playing cover 2 shells, and they're playing cloud flat, so they're going to take away any kind of C routes, which no way your opponents will be able to get those off. He's going to basically try to attack you over the middle, and that's why you have to go ahead and adjust and put these 2 guys, these safeties, in yellow zones to be able to set it up. But you're going against the CPU in practice mode, and this is a fairly simple blitz to set up. You just have to know how to go ahead and set up those shells up top in the cover in yellow buzz coverages. So just easy blitz to set up. Pitch linebackers, and just so fast and easy to set up. It's just a very easy blitz. So this is a blitz that you don't want to use too much against your opponent, because he's going to go ahead and know where the weaknesses of this blitz is. But because you have flat protection, it's going to help you dramatically. You always got that pressure coming off the edge. And as long as you go ahead and use your guys over the middle, it's going to be a really good blitz to go ahead and attack your opponent with. So guys, I hope you like these breakdowns. I'm going to be using this particular blitz scheme, the big dime blitz scheme, online against my opponents. I'll be using obviously the OKIE Eagle 3, also the Strong Eagle Slant 3, and the DB Sting 2 Blitz. These are going to be base blitzes that I'm going to have in my pocket. I might jump into cover 2, cover 3, and maybe man coverage just to keep my opponent honest. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially go ahead and pitch my linebackers to go ahead and give that 7-man front and let him make his progressions from there. So to my subscribers, I really appreciate support. If you're new to my channel and you like this blitz breakdown and how I showed these 3 different blitzes out of the same formation, I recommend going ahead and subscribing, because you're going to be able to see live gameplay with me actually using a scheme against real opponents online. So I actually post all my games. I show you the good ones. I even show you the bad ones. I don't cherry pick my games. So you're going to see the real McCoy when it comes to real gameplay. I'm not going to just show you only the good stuff. So once again, to my subscribers, thanks for your support, and until next time.